Tēnā koutou katoa, everyone. It's so lovely to see so many people here. As I said before, we know you by envelopes, emails and calls, but seldom see you face to face like this. And so let me first say thank you so much for joining this evening, and thank you, Karen, for such a rich time in another mode. Thank you. This is a very experimental experience for us, so I hope that we're enjoying it. And certainly, Karen, you started us off well. All through this year of uncertainty, we've been able to produce Tui Motu magazine in print form and digital form. And I'm really very proud and grateful to our little production team here. Now, firstly, Anne Hassan. Many of you will have spoken to Anne on the phone, and here she is now in person. Anne.
Hello, everybody. It's nice to see everybody's faces. I've had emails and phone calls, but now I get to see everyone.
Thank you, Anne. And then we have Greg Hings, who's our designer, who's not here tonight. And we have Chris Crow in Gisborne, who's our proofreader. And this is the first time we've actually seen Chris. We send her the file, she sends it back. Chris, can you unmute and say hello to everyone?
Hello, everybody, from sunny Gisborne. It's really nice to be here, and it's been such an interesting and fun time so far. So yeah, really good.
Thank you, Chris. And of course, we have our wonderful volunteers in Dunedin and all those promoting and selling the magazine each month at churches around New Zealand. And I just noticed that we have some of our stars, Claire Ryan and Elizabeth Mackey, who's also been part of the editorial teams. And we have Claire Ryan and Rita Cahill. So thank you for being here. We expect to be able to keep printing and posting the magazine if life in New Zealand is not disrupted again by COVID-19. But if that happens, and Anne and I are still healthy, and Chris, we'll publish digitally again. Now, we're not sure how COVID-19 will affect the businesses that we deal with. To date, New Zealand Post is the only business to have put up their prices. And as I said in the newsletter, domestic and international postage has increased. For us, it's by nearly $200 a mail out. And we've been warned that it's going to go up again in July 2021. And we'll know what that will be in January. But whatever it is, we have to cover it. Now, we're not looking at increasing the cover price of the magazine subscriptions. We think it's just at the right price now. So what we are doing, and as you've seen from our last annual report, which is on the website, subscriptions plus the generosity of donations covered the cost of producing the magazine. It has all this way through. So we're now looking at advertising as a new source of revenue. And you'll see in your September issue when you get it that we have begun this already. We won't let ads take away from the overall look of the magazine, of course, and there will be some ads that we might not accept. But the pricing for ads is on our website if you've got any ideas or people to send those prices to. And the magazine itself, having a theme each issue is working really well for us. It means that we can prepare ahead and invite writers to address a topic from various points of view, and as well include what's going on in church, in country, in lives, in the world at this particular time. Now, for example, as you will have noticed, From August to October, the themes follow the Prophet Micah's advice. I notice that you use this too, Karen, here. In August, it was to act justly. In the September issue, it is to be kind faithfully. And then in October, it will be to walk humbly with God. Then in the November issue, we'll have it about belonging. It's to remind us that as a team of 5 million, we're a pretty diverse lot. And as a church and country, we belong to one another and to the world community. And then in the December issue, we'll have focus on ending 2020. I'm not sure if it's going to be with a huge sigh of relief or not. So for our writers, I really want to thank all our writers, but particularly our regular columnists. We have Karen. Now, as we heard tonight from one of our subscribers, we hear a lot from other readers that often they start with Karen's page first. And we have Kath Rushton, and we thank her for her insightful scriptural interpretations. And Elaine for her ecological interpretation. Now, Elaine has had surgery and going through rehabilitation over the last weeks. So in your September issue, you'll find that Veronica Lawson is writing in her place. And then we have Jack Derwin, our young Australian correspondent, who offers a perspective of justice from somewhere in the world. And we have Shah Matthias and Shanti Matthias, who give us a glimpse of living life as a young person, a young Christian. And then Susan Smith, of course, for her social and ecological justice eye on issues at home and abroad. And Paul Surrell, whose beautiful writing always makes me want to rush out to the cinema and catch up on whatever he is reviewing. But we're so grateful for their faithfulness in sending their work in month by month. Now, another arm of Tui Motu, we're coming up to the season of creation. And again, we'll be offering our daily emails. The emails will start on the 1st of September and they'll go through to the Feast of St. Francis on the 4th of October. Now, if you'd like to join, just go to our website and there's a sign up form. You'll get a date like that comes up. Just put your email in there. Or if you prefer not to do that, send me an email and I can sign you up. And you're welcome to invite anybody to sign up for these emails, and they don't necessarily have to be subscribers. So, besides being a reader, there may be other things that you would like to do as part of the Tui Motu venture. For example, you could read and review a book for us. I get a variety of books from publishers to review for Tui Motu magazine. So if you like to read and review a book, just send me an email. You really need to be able to summarise a book in just a few sentences, because you notice that our book reviews are just 200 words. But we'll send you the book, which you can keep then, and we'll also send you a guide for writing the review, which could be a help. And this could be a good way of starting to become a writer for Tui Motu. Because that's the second point, you could actually become a writer. You'll have noticed that we have many people writing for the magazine. Anne and I, we sit and talk about the writing, and we're often very moved by what's being sent in. You don't have to be a professional writer to write for us. We're always interested in new writers. So if you have an idea about one of our themes, just let me know. Often it's good to talk it over first before you start putting a lot of effort into it. And you can look at the mandate on page 30 of the magazine, which sets out what the magazine is for. that could also give you an idea about something to write about. Now, we don't promise to publish everything that we're sent. There is a limited room in the magazine, but we also have our website and social media. We mostly avoid republishing from elsewhere. We have often enough original material. Sometimes we do pick up something from another magazine and put that in, like for example, Daniel O'Leary's work. And all writing that comes to us, we edit according to the Tui Motu style guide. We're not so fond of publishing things like sermons. Now, if the writing part is not your thing, there are other ways you can still be part of this venture. Get other people interested in the magazine, in subscribing to the magazine. The very best way to keep the magazine going is by keeping up our numbers of subscribers. And you can all help with that. Now, I've got this wonderful example from my mother. Last year, my mum died. And as I was standing by the grave, a woman came up to me and asked if I was still the editor of Tui Motu magazine, as she wanted to take out a subscription. So I whipped out my card and I gave it to her. So you see, even from the grave, you can encourage somebody to sign up to Tui Motu. And I just say, thank you, Mum. And another way to be part of this venture is promotion at church. Our wonderful volunteers in parishes sell the equivalent of 100 subscriptions each year. And that's by promoting and selling the magazine at their church each month. This is a huge investment for Tui Motu. And actually, I can see some of them on this the screen tonight, like Claire, Ryan, and Rita, as I said before. So if you would like to do this in your church, just let me know. Look, we'd love you to do it. And so I want to end by thanking you all for subscribing, for your generosity, for your messages, and for your encouragement. And as is our custom, the last word is a blessing. May divine love, in the enthusiasm of spring, re-energize us all for whatever lies ahead.
Amen.